The house feels emptier than it should, even with Clara's laughter echoing from the kitchen. I sit in my study, the leather chair creaking under me, my laptop glowing with spreadsheets I've barely touched. It's late, past 9, and the scent of her rosemary chicken lingers from dinner. She cooked tonight, a rare thing lately. Her plate sat mostly untouched, her fork twirling through the mashed potatoes like she was painting instead of eating. I noticed but didn't ask. I never ask anymore. The silence between us has grown comfortable, like an old sweater you wear because it fits, not because it warms you. Clara's been different for months. Not distant exactly. She still kisses my cheek before bed, still leaves notes on the fridge about picking up milk. But there's a shift. Her eyes don't linger on me the way they used to. 10 years married, and I've memorized her every gesture. The way she tucks her auburn hair behind her ear when she's nervous. The way her lips purse when she's hiding something. Lately, those tics have been constant. I tell myself it's work. She's been swamped at the gallery, curating that new exhibit with those abstract sculptures that look like twisted metal hearts. She talks about it endlessly, her voice bright but brittle, like glass about to crack. Tonight, though, something's off. She's singing in the kitchen, some old jazz tune, but it's forced, like she's performing for an audience that isn't there. I close my laptop and walk to the doorway. She's at the sink, scrubbing a pan with too much focus, her knuckles white. "You okay?" I ask, leaning against the frame. She startles, drops the pan with a clang, and laughs. A high, unnatural sound. "Just tired," she says, not turning. "Long day." I nod, though she can't see me, and head upstairs. The bed's cold when I slip into it, her side untouched. She doesn't come up for hours. I lie awake, staring at the ceiling fan spinning lazy circles. My mind drifts to the early days. Clara in her paint-splattered jeans, dragging me to art shows, her hand warm in mine. We were invincible then, or so I thought. Now, I'm 42, a mid-level accountant with a mortgage and a wife who feels like a stranger. I don't suspect anything concrete, not yet. But there's a weight in my chest, heavy as a stone, whispering that something's wrong. I push it down, tell myself I'm paranoid. Clara's loyal. She's always been loyal. The next morning, she's gone before I wake. A note on the counter. Early meeting. Back late. Love you. Her handwriting's rushed. The U, smudged like an afterthought. I pour coffee, sit at the table, and stare at the note until the ink blurs. My phone buzzes. A reminder for our anniversary next month. 10 years. I'd planned a trip to Paris, her dream city. I wonder if she'll even care. At work, I'm distracted. My cubicle feels smaller, the fluorescent lights harsher. My colleague, Mark, slaps my shoulder, asks if I'm hungover. I force a laugh, shake my head. He doesn't know about the stone in my chest, the one that's growing heavier. By lunch, I'm scrolling through Clara's social media, something I haven't done in years. Her posts are polished, gallery shots, wine glasses, her smiling with artists I don't recognize. One photo stops me. Her with a man, his arm around her shoulder, her head tilted toward him. The caption's vague. Great minds, great art. I don't know him, but his face sticks with me. Sharp jaw, dark eyes, too familiar with my wife. I close the app, my hands shaking. It's nothing, I tell myself. Networking, her job. But the stone's heavier now, pressing against my ribs. I don't call her. I don't text. I just sit there, staring at my sandwich, wondering when I stopped being enough. Work drags on, each tick of the clock a reminder of Clara's absence. I'm supposed to be finalizing a client's tax portfolio, but my eyes keep drifting to my phone. No messages from her. Not unusual. She's never been one for midday check-ins. But today, it gnaws at me. I think about that photo again. The man's arm around her. Her smile too wide, too unguarded. I try to recall if she's mentioned him. A name doesn't surface, but the image lingers like a bruise. I leave the office early, claiming a headache. The drive home is a blur of red lights and honking horns. Our neighborhood's quiet, the kind of place where people wave but don't linger. Our house looks the same as always. White siding, blue shutters, the rose bushes Clara planted years ago now overgrown. I park in the driveway and sit there, gripping the steering wheel. I don't know what I'm waiting for. A sign, maybe. Proof that I'm wrong. Inside, the house is still. Clara's shoes aren't by the door, her coat not on the rack. She's not home, though her note said back late. I wander to the kitchen, pour a glass of water, and notice her planner on the counter. She's old school like that, prefers paper to apps. I hesitate, then flip it open. Her handwriting fills the pages. Meetings, exhibit dates, reminders to call her mother. Today's entry catches my eye. 6 p.m., drinks with E. No location, no last name. Just E. My stomach twists. I flip back through the weeks. E appears often, lunches, coffee, late-night gallery prep. Always vague, always alone. I close the planner, my pulse loud in my ears. There's nothing, I tell myself again. A colleague, a friend. But the stone in my chest is a boulder now, crushing my breath. I move to the living room, sit on the couch, and try to focus on the TV. News flickers, some politician scandal, a car chase in another state, but my mind's elsewhere. I think about Clara's late nights, her sudden interest in yoga, the new perfume she started wearing last month. Small things, meaningless on their own, but together, they weave a thread I'm afraid to pull. The front door opens at 10. Clara steps in, her cheeks flushed, her hair slightly messy. "Hey," she says, kicking off her heels. "You're up." I nod, mute the TV. "Long meeting?" I ask, keeping my voice even. She shrugs, hangs her coat. "Yeah, the exhibit's a nightmare. So many egos." She laughs, but it's that high, brittle sound again. She doesn't meet my eyes. She heads upstairs, saying she needs a shower. I wait until I hear the water running, then go to the hall table where she left her purse. My hands shake as I open it. I'm not this person, the one who snoops, who doubts. But I can't stop. Her phone's there, screen locked. I don't know her password anymore. She changed it last year, said it was for work privacy. I find a receipt instead. Dinner for 2 at La Bella, a restaurant we've never been to. Paid at 8:47 p.m. tonight. I put it back, my throat tight. She's still in the shower when I sit on the couch again. The receipt's details burned into my mind. 2 entrees, 2 glasses of wine, a shared dessert. I don't confront her when she comes down. Wrapped in her robe, her hair damp, she kisses my forehead, says she's exhausted, and goes to bed. I stay up, staring at the dark TV screen, the stone in my chest now a mountain. The next day, I call in sick. I don't plan it. I just can't face the office. After Clara leaves, another note, another back late. I drive to La Bella. It's a small place, upscale, with dim lights and velvet booths. I show the hostess the receipt, say I lost something last night. She checks the log, confirms a reservation under Elliot. Not Clara's name, not mine. I thank her and leave, the mountain heavier, its edges sharper. Elliot. The name rolls through my mind like a storm cloud, dark and heavy. I drive aimlessly after leaving La Bella, the city's lights smearing past my windshield. I don't know an Elliot. Clara's never mentioned one. But the reservation, the receipt, the E in her planner. They point to him, a shadow I can't yet see. I grip the steering wheel until my knuckles ache, trying to anchor myself against the flood of questions. Who is he? How long has this been going on? Why? I end up at the park near our house, the one where Clara and I used to picnic when we were dating. The benches are empty now, the grass damp from morning dew. I sit, my breath visible in the cold air, and try to piece it together. The signs were there, her late nights, her guarded phone, her sudden distance. But I ignored them, trusted her. 10 years and I thought we were solid. Not perfect, but solid. Now I'm questioning everything. My phone buzzes. A text from Clara. Running late again. Don't wait up. No, love you. No explanation. I stare at the screen until it goes dark, then shove it in my pocket. I don't reply. Instead, I walk to the gallery where she works. It's a sleek building, all glass and steel, with posters for her exhibit plastered across the front. I don't go in. I just stand across the street, watching. The lights are on, but I don't see her. I don't see anyone. I'm about to leave when a man steps out. Tall, dark hair, sharp jaw. The man from her photo. He's carrying a leather bag, his coat unbuttoned despite the chill. He glances at his phone, smiles, then hails a cab. I don't move, don't breathe, until he's gone. It's him. I know it without proof. The stone in my chest pulses, a living thing now, urging me to act. At home, I search her social media again, cross-referencing names, faces. Nothing concrete, but I find a comment on one of her posts. Amazing work, Clara. Elliot Vance. I Google him. He's an artist, mid-30s, with a website showcasing sculptures like the ones in her exhibit. Reviews call him visionary, intimate. His Instagram's public, photos of galleries, wine bottles, and, in one, Clara's hand holding a paintbrush, his fingers brushing hers. No caption, just a heart emoji. My vision blurs. I shut the laptop, my hands trembling. I want to confront her, to scream, but I don't. Not yet. I need more. I need to be sure. The next day I follow her. It's impulsive, reckless, but I can't stop. She leaves the house at 7, her hair in a messy bun, her bag slung over her shoulder. I tail her in my car, keeping my distance. She doesn't go to the gallery. She drives to a coffee shop downtown, one we've never been to. I park across the street, watch through the window. Elliot's there at a corner table. She slides into the booth across from him, her smile instant, unguarded. They lean close, their hands inches apart. She laughs, tucks her hair behind her ear. My throat closes. I want to storm in, to shatter their moment, but I don't. I sit there, frozen, until they leave an hour later, her arm brushing his as they walk away. That night, she's home late again. I'm in bed, pretending to read, when she slips in. She doesn't speak, just changes and climbs under the covers. Her breathing evens out, but I don't sleep. I stare at the ceiling, Elliot's name a blade in my mind. The stone's gone now, replaced by something colder, sharper. I don't know what I'll do, but I know I can't let this go. Not after seeing them. Not after feeling this. By morning, I'm calm. Too calm. I kiss her goodbye, say I love her. She smiles, distracted, and leaves. I sit at the kitchen table, her planner open, staring back at me. I'm not the man I was yesterday. I'm something else now. Someone who plans, who waits. Someone who'll make her pay. Clara's gone again. Her note on the counter as predictable as the sunrise. Gallery prep, back late. I don't crumple it this time. I fold it neatly, tuck it into my pocket like a keepsake. The house is quiet, but my mind's loud, buzzing with what I saw at the coffee shop. Her smile, his touch, the way they fit together like I never existed. I don't feel the stone anymore, or the mountain. What's left is a void, cold and precise, guiding my hands as I move through the day. I start small. I need evidence, something undeniable. I log into our shared cloud account, the one we set up years ago for photos and bills. She hasn't used it much lately, but I scroll through anyway, hunting for anything out of place. There's nothing obvious. No secret folders, no incriminating shots. But I find a backup from her old phone, dated 6 months ago. It's a treasure trove. Texts, emails, calendar invites. I sift through them, my coffee going cold beside me. One email stops me. It's from Elliot, sent 3 months ago. Clara, last night was everything. Same time tomorrow. No reply attached, but the date matches a night she told me she was working late. I read it again, then again until the words blur. My hands don't shake this time. They're steady, deliberate as I save a screenshot. It's not enough, but it's a start. I move to her laptop next. She leaves it in the study sometimes, trusting I'd never pry. I boot it up, guess her password, our wedding date, unchanged, and I'm in. Her browser history's clean, too clean, like she's been careful. But her email's open, and there's a draft she never sent, addressed to no one. I can't keep doing this. It's not fair to him. No names, no context, but I know. I copy it, close the laptop, and sit back, the void in my chest humming. I don't stop there. I call a friend, Tom, who runs a small security firm. We've known each other since college, and he owes me a favor. I keep it vague. Say I'm worried about Clara, need to know she's safe. He doesn't ask questions, just agrees to track her phone's location for a few days. Discreet, I say. He nods over the line, promises results by tomorrow. I thank him, hang up, and feel the void grow sharper, like a blade being honed. That night, Clara's home earlier than usual. She's chatty, talking about the exhibit, some critic who raved about her curation. I nod, smile, pour her wine. She doesn't notice my eyes, how they linger on her hands, searching for traces of him. She's relaxed, unguarded, and it's almost too easy to hate her. Almost. Part of me still sees the woman I married, the one who cried when we lost our dog, who danced with me in the rain. But that part's fading, drowned by the void. After dinner, I suggest a walk. She hesitates, says she's tired, but I insist, my voice light. We stroll through the neighborhood, her arm in mine, the streetlights casting long shadows. I ask about her day, her work, her friends. She talks, but there's a hitch when I mention the gallery. Met anyone interesting lately? I ask casual. Her step falters just for a second. Just artists, she says, laughing. You know how they are. I nod, squeeze her hand, and let it go. Back home, she goes to bed, but I stay up, planning. The void's not just anger now, it's purpose. I don't want to confront her, not yet. A confrontation's too simple, too fleeting. She needs to feel what I feel, to lose what I've lost. I don't know how yet, but the idea's forming. A seed in the dark. I open my laptop, start researching Elliot. His website's updated. A new show next week. One Clara's curating. Perfect. I'll be there, unseen, watching. The void hums louder, and for the first time in days, I smile. The gallery's alive tonight. A pulse of light and sound spilling onto the street. I stand outside, my coat collar up, blending into the crowd of smokers and stragglers. Clara's exhibit opening is a big deal. Local papers called it transformative. Whatever that means. I didn't tell her I was coming. She thinks I'm home, crunching numbers or watching some game. Instead, I'm here, my breath fogging in the chilly air, waiting for a glimpse of the truth. Tom's report came through yesterday. Clara's phone pinged at Elliot's studio 3 times this week, each visit lasting hours. One was late, past midnight, when she told me she was at the gallery. The data's cold, clinical, but it burns all the same. I didn't thank Tom. I just wired him payment and deleted the email. I don't need reminders. I carry the truth now, heavy as a loaded gun. Inside, the gallery's packed. I slip in, keeping my head down, avoiding the ushers with their clipboards. The sculptures loom overhead, Elliot's work, all jagged edges and twisted steel, like they're screaming silently. I spot Clara near the center, her black dress catching the light, her laugh cutting through the chatter. She's radiant, the way she used to be with me. My chest tightens, but I don't look away. Elliot's beside her, his hand grazing her elbow as he introduces her to a critic. She leans into him, subtle but unmistakable, her smile private, meant only for him. I clench my fists, the void in me roaring. I want to cross the room to shatter their bubble, but I don't. I move to the shadows, near a sculpture that looks like a broken ribcage, and watch. They orbit each other all night. Never overt, never blatant, but the signs are there. Her hand lingers on his arm when she laughs. His eyes follow her when she walks away. The crowd doesn't see it. They're too busy sipping wine, praising art they don't understand. But I see. I see everything. I take photos with my phone, discreet, capturing their glances, their touches. Evidence, yes, but also fuel. Each shot feeds the void, sharpens my resolve. A woman approaches me, asks if I'm enjoying the show. I mutter something polite, move away. I don't want conversation. I want clarity. I trail them from a distance, noting every detail. Her earrings, new, probably a gift. His tie loosened, like he's comfortable with her in ways I'm not anymore. They slip into a back room at one point, the door closing softly. I don't follow. I don't need to. The void tells me enough. The night drags on, and I leave before Clara notices me. Outside, the air's colder, biting my skin. I walk to my car, my mind racing. Confrontation's still too easy. She'd cry, deny, or worse, admit it and expect forgiveness. I don't want her tears. I want her world to crack the way mine has. I drive home, the photos on my phone a silent promise. Revenge isn't a shout. It's a whisper, patient and precise. At home, I upload the images to a private folder, label it Truth. I don't sleep. I sit in my study, the house dark, and think about Elliot's sculptures. How they twist, how they break. I think about Clara's laugh, how it's not mine anymore. The void's not just purpose now. It's a map, guiding me towards something cruel, something final. I don't know the shape yet, but I feel its edges. Sharp, cold, inevitable. Clara comes home after 2, her heels clicking softly. She doesn't check on me, just goes to bed. I wait until her breathing steadies, then open my laptop again. Elliot's website lists his next show, a solo exhibit in a month. Clara's name's tied to it, her career entwined with his. I lean back, the void humming, and start to plan. Not just evidence now, not just watching. Something bigger, something that'll make them both feel the weight I carry, and more. The morning after the gallery opening, Clara's still asleep when I leave the house. Her dress from last night lies crumpled on the bedroom floor, a black stain against the cream carpet. I don't touch it. I don't touch anything. The house feels like a museum now, full of relics from a life I don't recognize. I drive to a cafe across town, one we've never been to, where no one knows my name. I need space to think, to let the void sharpen my edges. My laptop's open, a black coffee steaming beside it. The photos from the gallery are there, a grid of frozen moments. Clara's smile, Elliot's hand on her arm, their heads bent close. I study them like a detective, searching for clues I might have missed. Her earrings catch my eye again. Dangling silver, nothing like the simple studs she used to wear. A gift, I'm sure. From him. The thought doesn't burn anymore. It focuses me, like a lens narrowing light to a point. I start digging deeper into Elliot. His website's polished, but his life's messier. Public records show a string of addresses, a bankruptcy filing from 5 years ago, a dismissed lawsuit from a former gallery owner. He's charming, but he's slippery. A man who thrives on connections, not roots. I find his social media, scroll through years of posts. There's a pattern. Women, always artists or curators, always smiling beside him. Their names fading as new ones appear. Clara's just the latest, I tell myself, but it doesn't soften the blow. It hardens my intent. Tom calls while I'm working. He's got more data? Clara's phone pinged at Elliot's studio again last night, after the gallery closed. She was there until 1. I thank him, my voice flat, and hang up. The void hums, louder now, urging me to act. But I won't rush. Revenge isn't a fist. It's a net, woven tight, catching everything. I need more than proof of her betrayal. I need to unravel their world, thread by thread. I spend the day planning. Elliot's solo exhibit is my target, the pinnacle of his career, Clara's too. If I can discredit him, expose him, it'll ripple through her life like a stone through glass. I start small, anonymous. I create a burner email, draft a tip to a local art blog, check Elliot Vance's credentials. His last show had questionable origins. No specifics, just enough to plant doubt. I send it, then another to a rival gallery, hinting at stolen designs. Lies maybe, but lies with teeth. Clara's home when I return, cooking pasta, her hair tied back. She's humming, oblivious to the storm I'm brewing. "Good day?" she asks, stirring sauce. I nod, pour wine, watch her move. She's beautiful even now, but it's a beauty I can't touch, like a painting behind glass. We eat in silence, her eyes on her plate, mine on her hands. No ring tonight. She forgot it or chose not to wear it. I don't ask. After dinner, I retreat to my study, lock the door. The void's a companion now, whispering ideas. I research Clara's gallery, its donors, its critics. One name stands out. Margaret Holt, a wealthy patron with a sharp tongue and sharper instincts. She's influential, vindictive, and hates being crossed. If I can turn her against Elliot, against Clara, it'll be a blow they won't see coming. I draft another email, this one careful, precise. Margaret, you should know about some irregularities with the upcoming Vance exhibit. I'd hate for your reputation to suffer. I don't send it yet. Timing matters. I lean back, the void pulsing. It's not enough to hurt them. I want them to feel betrayed, exposed, the way I do. I want their names whispered in corners, their futures cracked. Clara's laughter drifts from the living room, and for a moment, I almost falter. Almost. Then I see her earrings again, glinting in my memory, and the void takes over. The net's tightening, and they don't even know they're caught. Days bleed into each other, each one a step deeper into the void. Clara's routine hasn't changed. Early mornings, late nights, notes on the counter like breadcrumbs I no longer trust. I'm different, though. I move through our life with purpose, my actions hidden behind smiles and small talk. She doesn't see the man I'm becoming, the one who's weaving a trap she can't escape. The void's not just guiding me now. It's part of me, cold and unyielding, like steel in my bones. My burner emails are working. The art blog posted a vague piece about concerns over Elliot's past shows. Nothing concrete but enough to stir murmurs. I check their comments daily, see artists and critics asking questions, poking at his reputation. Clara hasn't mentioned it, but I notice her phone buzzing more, her frowns when she thinks I'm not looking. Good. Let her feel the edges of unease. Let it grow. I send the email to Margaret Holt this morning, from a new burner account tied to a fake name. I pose as a concerned insider, hinting that Elliot's sculptures might be derivative, that Clara's curation could embarrass the gallery. I attach a forged document, nothing blatant, just a sketch from an obscure artist's portfolio, doctored to look like Elliot's work. It took hours to get right, my hands steady as I edited pixels, the void whispering approval. Margaret replies within hours. This is troubling. I'll look into it. I delete the exchange, clear my history, and smile. At work, I'm a ghost. Mark notices, asks if I'm okay. I shrug, say it's stress. He doesn't push, and I'm grateful. My cubicle's a cocoon, a place to plan while numbers blur on my screen. I research more: Elliot's suppliers, his studio lease, his bank records. Public data's limited, but I find enough. A loan he's struggling to repay. A landlord who's raised his rent. Weak spots. I note them, my pen scratching like a blade sharpening. Clara's home tonight, but she's distracted, snapping at me when I ask about her day. It's just work, she says, pouring wine with a trembling hand. I don't push. I watch her, cataloging her tics. Hair tucked behind her ear, lips pursed, eyes darting to her phone. She's unraveling, and I haven't even struck yet. The void hums, pleased. I clear the table, kiss her cheek, and retreat to my study. She doesn't follow. I pull up the gallery's donor list again, cross-reference names with social media. Margaret's not the only one with influence. There's a critic, Daniel Voss, who's clashed with Elliot before. I draft another email, this one bolder. Voss, Elliot Vance's new show is a sham. Check his sources. You'll find plagiarism. I attach the same forged sketch, send it, and wait. The void's patient, but I'm not. I want cracks to form, fast. Later, I check Clara's planner while she's in the shower. E is there twice this week, both late. I flip to tomorrow. Dinner with E, 8 p.m. My pulse doesn't spike. It slows, deliberate. I close the planner, return it to the counter, and go to bed. She's already asleep, her back to me, her breathing uneven. I lie awake, staring at the ceiling, the void mapping tomorrow's steps. I'll follow her again, but this time I'll act. The next day, I leave work early, park near the gallery, and wait. Clara emerges at 7, her coat tight against the wind. She doesn't drive to the restaurant I expect. She goes to Elliot's studio, a converted warehouse in a grimy part of town. I park a block away, watch her slip inside. The void's loud now, a drumbeat in my skull. I don't follow her in. I don't need to. I take photos of her car, the building, the time on my dashboard. 10:17 p.m. when she finally leaves. Her hair loose, her smile faint but unmistakable. I drive home, the void singing. The net's tighter now, its threads pulling taut. Clara's not home when I get there, but I don't wait up. I have work to do, emails to send, lies to plant, a world to unravel. The void's my ally and it's hungry. Clara's note today is curt. Out with gallery team. Don't wait up. No love you. No flourish. I don't believe her. Her planner told me the truth. Dinner with E at 8 p.m. I sit at the kitchen table, the note in my hand, my coffee cold. The void's not just a hum now. It's a roar, pushing me to move, to see, to know. I won't confront her yet, but I need more fuel, more clarity, more pieces for the trap I'm building. I dress carefully. Dark jacket, plain shirt, nothing to draw eyes. The restaurant's upscale, one she'd never pick for us. I know it from her credit card statement, a charge I found last week. $142, 2 entrees, 2 cocktails. Tonight I'll be there unseen. I drive across town, park a street away, and walk to the place. It's all glass and gold light, the kind of spot where whispers cost more than the wine. I don't go in. I stand across the street, in the shadow of a closed bookstore, my phone ready. Clara arrives at 7:55, her dress emerald green, her hair swept up. She looks nervous, glancing at her watch, then her phone. Elliot's late, but not by much. He strides up at 8:03, his coat open, his smile easy. They embrace. Not a hug, but something closer, her hands lingering on his shoulders. My camera clicks, silent, capturing every second. They go inside, and I wait, the void steadying my breath. I give it 10 minutes, then cross the street. The hostess is busy, so I slip past, keeping my head down. The dining room's crowded, but I spot them in a corner booth, candles flickering between them. Clara's laughing, her hand on his, a wine glass half empty. He's leaning in, his voice low, his eyes locked on hers. I don't sit. I stand near the bar, half hidden by a pillar, and watch. My phone records video now, the lens catching what my heart can't bear. They don't see me. They're too wrapped in each other. Their world a bubble I'm about to burst. I notice details. The way she tilts her head when he speaks. The way his fingers brush her wrist. The way they share a dessert, their forks crossing. It's intimate, deliberate. A dance they've perfected. My chest doesn't ache. It's numb, the void filling every crack with purpose. I leave before they do, my evidence secure. At home, I upload the video, add it to my truth folder. I don't watch it again. I don't need to. The void's already painting the next steps. Margaret Holt's email from yesterday sits in my burner account. I've spoken to the board. We're reviewing Vance's contract. Voss hasn't replied, but his blog posted a snide comment about Elliot's uninspired work this morning. The seeds are sprouting faster than I expected. I lean back, the void humming, and draft another email. This one to Clara's boss, anonymous, questioning her professional conduct with artists. I don't send it yet. Timing, always timing. Clara comes home at midnight, her heels clicking softly. She doesn't check on me, just goes to the bathroom, then bed. I hear her sigh, restless, before she falls asleep. I stay in my study, the laptop's glow my only light. The void's not satisfied with whispers anymore. It wants action, something bolder. I think about Elliot's studio, its locks, its secrets. I think about Clara's career, her pride, her name. I think about how to twist them, how to make them bleed without touching them. I open a new tab, search for private investigators. Not Tom, he's too close, too clean. I need someone discreet, someone who'll dig where I can't. I find a name, a firm with no website, just a number and reviews calling them effective. I bookmark it, close the laptop, and sit in the dark. The void's a furnace now, forging something new. A plan not just to expose but to destroy. Clara's laughter from dinner echoes in my mind. And I know. This is only the beginning. The private investigator's name is Victor, a wiry man with a handshake like a vice. We meet in a diner 2 towns over, the kind of place where the coffee's bitter and the booths are sticky. He doesn't ask for my real name and I don't offer it. I tell him I need information, discreet, thorough, on Elliot Vance and Clara's movements. No confrontation, I say, sliding an envelope of cash across the table. Just facts. He nods, pockets the money, and says he'll have something in a week. I leave first, the void humming approval. Back home, Clara's different, edgy, like she senses the air shifting. She's on her phone more, her voice low when she thinks I'm not listening. I catch fragments. We need to be careful. Not now. She doesn't wear the earrings anymore, but her ring's still missing. A bare spot on her finger like a wound. I don't comment. I cook dinner, ask about her day, play the husband she expects. She relaxes, but her eyes don't meet mine. Good. Let her squirm. Margaret Holt's influence is spreading. The gallery's board called an emergency meeting, according to a leaked email I found on a niche art forum. Elliot's show is under scrutiny, his contract shaky. Clara's name hasn't surfaced yet, but it will. I sent the email to her boss last night, attaching a photo from the restaurant, her hand on Elliot's, blurred just enough to look innocent unless you know. The void pushed me to do it, its logic colder than mine. If her career cracks, she'll feel the weight I carry. I follow her again, not because I need to, but because the void demands it. She goes to Elliot's studio after work, her car parked sloppily, like she's rushing. I wait across the street, my camera ready. They don't leave for hours. When she finally does, her coat's misbuttoned, her hair loose. Elliot follows, locking the door, his face tight. Something's wrong, maybe the rumors, maybe my emails. I snap a photo, timestamped 11:43 p.m., and drive home. Victor calls 2 days later. He's got a file, photos, receipts, even a voice recording from a bar where Elliot bragged about landing Clara. I don't listen to it yet. I'm not ready. I meet him at the diner again, take the USB drive, and pay him double to keep going. Anything else? He asks, his eyes sharp. I hesitate, then say, find his weaknesses. Debts, enemies, anything. He nods, no questions, and I leave, the void heavier, hungrier. At home, I plug in the USB. The photos are damning. Clara and Elliot at hotels, parks, his studio. Their hands always touching, their smiles private. The receipts match nights she lied about, gallery events that never happened, meetings with no record. I save everything, my hands steady, the void a drumbeat in my chest. I don't cry. I don't rage. I plan. Clara's late again tonight. Her note vague. Work thing back soon. I don't wait up. I open my laptop, draft a new email. This one to every donor on the gallery's list. Anonymous. With a single photo attached. Clara and Elliot, their foreheads touching, oblivious to the world. I don't send it. Not yet. The void wants more. Something crueler, something that'll linger. I think about Elliot's studio, its lease, its contents. I think about fire, but dismiss it. Too blunt. I need precision, not chaos. I search for scandals in the art world, looking for patterns. Forgery, theft, betrayal. They're common, but one story catches me. An artist disgraced when his work was revealed as a fraud, his curator complicit. The gallery folded. The curator vanished. I lean back, the void sparking. If I can frame Elliot, taint his art, Clara's tied to it. Her name, her pride, her future gone. I don't sleep. I research, I write, I weave. The net's almost complete, and they're tangled in it, blind to the threads tightening around them. The gallery's quieter now, the buzz around Elliot's show dimming. My emails have done their work. Margaret Holt's pulling strings, Voss's blog is relentless, and Clara's boss is asking questions. I see it in her face when she's home. The pinched lines around her mouth, the way she jumps when her phone buzzes. She's crumbling, and I haven't even shown my hand. The void's proud, but it's not done. It wants bloodless ruin. A collapse so complete they'll never recover. Victor's second report arrives. Elliot's drowning. Debts piling up, his landlord threatening eviction. A supplier suing for unpaid bills. He's been borrowing from shady lenders, the kind who don't ask nicely. Clara's oblivious to his mess, or maybe she doesn't care. Victor included more photos. Them at a motel, her car hidden behind a dumpster, their shadows merging in a window. I don't flinch. I file them, my truth folder now a vault of their shame. I act tonight. Not directly, too risky, but close. I drive to Elliot's studio after midnight. The street's empty. My gloves tight on my hands. The void's a pulse, guiding me. I don't break in. I don't need to. I slip a package under his door. A folder of forged sketches. Proof. His sculptures copy an unknown artist's work. I've spent days crafting them. Each line deliberate. Each signature a lie. I've sent copies to Voss, Margaret, the gallery board, all anonymous. All time to arrive tomorrow. If they bite, Elliot's done. Clara's collateral damage. I'm home before dawn, Clara still asleep. Her phone's on the nightstand, unlocked for once. I scroll through her texts, careful, silent. Messages to Elliot, coded but clear. We need to talk. This can't go on. His replies are curt. It's fine, relax. He's lying to her or himself. I don't care which. I delete nothing, leave no trace, and slide the phone back. The void's calm now, satisfied with tonight's work. Morning comes, and Clara's frantic. She's on the phone when I wake, pacing the kitchen, her voice sharp. What do you mean, under review? I vetted everything. She doesn't see me in the doorway, doesn't notice my coffee mug still full. I don't ask questions. I kiss her cheek, say I'm late for work, and leave. My car's my sanctuary. The radio off, the void whispering what's next. The sketches will land today. If they hit, the gallery's in chaos by tonight. I check my burner email at lunch. Voss replied, thanks for the tip. Digging now. Margaret's silent, but her assistant posted on a forum about cleaning house. The board's meeting again, and Clara's name's in the mix. Not as a victim, but a suspect. My email to her boss worked better than I'd hoped. I lean back in my cubicle, the void a warm glow. It's not enough to ruin Elliot. Clara needs to feel it too. Her career, her reputation, her pride, all ash. I drive to the gallery after work, park a block away. The lights are on, but the crowd's thin. Clara's inside arguing with someone, her boss, maybe. Elliot's there too, his gestures wild, his face pale. I don't go in. I watch, my camera ready, catching their silhouettes through the glass. A man storms out, Margaret's lawyer. I recognize him from photos. He's carrying a folder, my folder, its edges creased. I smile, the void roaring triumph. At home, Clara's not there. No note, no call. I don't worry. I know where she is, Elliot's studio or some bar, drowning their fears. I open my laptop, draft the final email, the one to the donors, with the photo of them touching, a caption. Is this who runs your gallery? I don't send it yet. The void wants one more piece, something to twist the knife deeper. I think about Elliot's lenders, his desperation. I think about Clara's trust, how blind it is. I think about betrayal and how to make it theirs. The void nods and I start to write. Clara's not home when I wake, her side of the bed untouched. No note, no text, just silence, loud as a scream. I don't call her. The void's too focused now, its edges razor-sharp, guiding my every move. My laptop hums in the study, the truth folder open, its contents a map of their downfall. The forged sketches hit their mark yesterday. Voss's blog ran a scathing piece, calling Elliot's work derivative at best, stolen at worst. Margaret Holt's lawyer was seen leaving the gallery with my folder, and the board's meeting today. Clara's name's tangled in it, her curation questioned, her judgment on trial. I check my burner email. Margaret's assistant replied, "The board's furious. Vance is out, and Clara's on thin ice." I delete it, clear the cache, and lean back. The void's warm, almost proud, but it's not done. The email to the donors sits in my drafts, the photo of Clara and Elliot ready to ignite their world. I don't send it yet. The void wants chaos first, wants them to feel the ground shift before it swallows them. I drive to the gallery, park 2 blocks away. The building's quiet. No posters for Elliot's show, just a sign. Closed for private event. I know better, it's damage control. I slip around back, where the staff entrance is cracked open. Voices spill out. Clara's, sharp and desperate, arguing with her boss. "I vetted him. This is a setup," she says. I don't hear his reply, but her footsteps echo. Fast, angry. I retreat, unseen, the void humming. She's cracking, and I haven't even played my final card. Victor calls at noon. He's got more. Elliot's lenders are circling, his studio lease canceled, his suppliers cutting ties. There's a recording, too. Clara and Elliot at a bar, her voice low, saying, "If this falls apart, I'm done. You promised me." Elliot's reply is slurred. "It's not my fault, Clara. You push too hard. I don't listen to the rest. I don't need to." The void's already piecing it together. Her ambition, his desperation. Their lies binding them tighter than love ever did. I spend the afternoon refining the plan. The unusual truth's clearer now. Clara didn't just betray me with Elliot. She used him, used his art, to climb higher, risking everything for a spotlight that's now burning her. She thought she could juggle us both, me, the safe husband, him, the reckless artist, but she miscalculated. The void's delighted, feeding on her hubris. I draft a new email, this one to Elliot, from a fake account posing as a lender. We know about Clara's role. Pay up or she's exposed. I don't send it. It's bait for later. Clara comes home at dusk, her face pale, her hands shaking. "Rough day," I ask, pouring her wine. She nods, doesn't elaborate, just downs the glass. I watch her, silent, cataloging her tics. Hair tucked, lips pursed, eyes darting. She's a stranger now, but I play my part, kiss her forehead, say I'm here. She doesn't respond, just goes to bed, her phone clutched tight. I wait until she's asleep, then check it. Unlocked, for once. Texts from Elliot. "We're screwed. Meet me tomorrow." Her reply, "Not now. I need to think." I leave it, the void planning tomorrow's move. I don't sleep. I sit in the study, the donor email glowing on my screen. The void's impatient, but I'm not. Timing's everything. I think about Clara's pride, Elliot's ego, how they leaned on each other, blind to the cost. I think about betrayal, not just hers, but theirs, to each other, to themselves. The void whispers the final piece. Expose them not to the world, but to each other. Let them tear themselves apart. I smile, the net's so tight now they can't breathe without cutting themselves on its threads. Morning's gray, the sky heavy with rain. Clara's gone before I wake. No note, just her perfume lingering like a ghost. I don't chase her. The void's in control, its rhythm steady, pulling me toward the endgame. My laptop's open, the donor email's still unsent, but I'm focused on something else. The message to Elliot, the fake lender's threat. I tweak it, make it sharper. "Clara's been skimming your sales. We have proof. Settle your debt or we go public." I attach a forged receipt. Hours of work, numbers aligned to look real, implicating her in his financial mess. I send it, then wipe the account. I drive to Elliot's studio, park a street away. His car's there, Clara's too. The void hums, sensing blood. I don't go in. I wait, my camera ready. They're inside for an hour, their voices muffled but rising. She storms out first, her face red, her coat flapping. He follows, grabbing her arm. She yanks free, shouts something I can't hear, and drives off. I snap photos, his desperation, her fury, the crack in their bubble. The void's warm, savoring it. Victor's final report lands in my inbox. It's a goldmine. Bank records showing Clara funneled gallery funds to Elliot's account, disguised as consulting fees. Not love, not passion. Just greed, hers and his, tangled in lies. She played us both, thinking she'd win. The void roars, delighted by the twist. I save the files, print them, and slip them into an envelope. No name, no address, just Elliot scrawled on it. I'll deliver it tonight. Let him see her for what she is. The gallery's a tomb when I drive by. No lights, no cars, just a closed until further notice sign. Voss's blog posted again. Vance's show cancelled. Curator under fire. Clara's name's there, not as a victim but a culprit. Margaret's board is ruthless, her contract's on the chopping block. I don't smile. I don't need to. The void's doing the work. Its threads snapping one by one. Clara's home when I get there. Sitting in the dark, a wine bottle half empty. It's over, she says, her voice hollow. The gallery, everything. I sit across from her, my face neutral. What happened? I ask, though I know. She shakes her head, tears falling, but doesn't answer. I don't push. I pour her another glass, let her talk about Elliot's betrayal. How he ruined her. The void listens, silent, as she spins her story, blaming him, not her. I nod, say I'm sorry, but my eyes are on her hands, trembling, bare of her ring. I leave her there, go to the study, lock the door. The void's ready for the next step. I draft another email, this one to Clara, from a fake account. Elliot's talking. He says you planned it all. The gallery knows. I attach the same forged receipt, tweaked to point at him. I don't send it yet. I want them to stew, to turn on each other first. I slip out at midnight, drive to Elliot's studio, and leave the envelope under his door. The void's a furnace now, burning away doubt, leaving only intent. Back home, Clara's asleep on the couch, the bottle empty. I cover her with a blanket, not out of love, but habit. The void doesn't care. It's mapping the final act, her email, the donor blast, the moment they see each other's lies. I sit in the study, the laptop's glow my only light, and check the art forums. The scandal's spreading. Elliot's name's mud. Clara's a footnote, but not for long. I lean back, the void whispering. One more push, and they're done. I think about her tears, his panic, their world collapsing. The void nods, and I start typing. The net's so tight now it's choking them both, and they don't even know I'm the one pulling the strings. Rain falls hard today, drumming the roof, matching the void's pulse. Clara's still on the couch when I wake, her face swollen, her phone dead beside her. I don't wake her. I make coffee, sit at the kitchen table, and open my laptop. The art world's ablaze. Forums dissecting Elliot's fall. Clara's name dragged through the mud. A new post on Voss's blog. Curator's misconduct tied to Vance's fraud. No proof yet, just my seeds sprouting wild. The void's calm, savoring the chaos it's sown. I send Clara's email now, the one accusing Elliot of betraying her. I watch the burner account status, delivered, then read. She doesn't move, but her phone lights up. Charging now. She'll see it soon. I check Elliot's side. The envelope's gone from his studio, replaced by trash bags, signs he's packing. My fake lender email hit hard, he's running or trying to. The void hums, pleased, but it's not enough. They need to face each other, to see the lies I've mirrored back. I drive to the gallery, expecting emptiness, but Clara's car's there. I park across the street, watch her through the rain-streaked glass. She's alone, packing files, her movements frantic. Her phone's in her hand, her face twisted, anger, fear. I can't tell. She's read the email. I don't go in. I wait, the void patient, until Elliot's car pulls up. He storms inside, his coat soaked, his voice carrying even through the storm. You set me up, he shouts. She screams back, words lost but sharp. They're tearing into each other, just as I planned. I snap photos, the rain blurring their shapes, but it's enough. Her pointing, him pacing, their world imploding. The void's warm, almost tender, as I drive away. Back home, I upload the images, add them to my vault. The donor email's still unsent. A final blade I'm holding back. The void wants them to destroy themselves first, to feel every cut before I twist the knife. I check my burner accounts. Elliot's replied to the lender, begging for time. Clara's silent, but her email's been forwarded to her boss. A desperate plea to clear her name. Too late. The board's done with her. Clara comes home at dusk, drenched, her eyes hollow. I'm ruined, she says, not looking at me. Elliot. He lied, used me. I nod, pour her tea, play the husband she needs. Tell me, I say soft, and she does. How Elliot faked his art, how she trusted him, how it's all crashed. She doesn't mention the money, the funds she siphoned. She doesn't know I know. The void listens, silent, as she weeps, blaming him, not her. I hold her, my arms mechanical, my mind elsewhere. After she's asleep, I slip to the study. The void's ready for the donor email, but I hesitate. It's too public, too final. The unusual betrayal's clear now. Clara didn't just choose Elliot. She orchestrated it, used his talent, my trust, to build her empire, thinking she'd outsmart us both. The void wants more than exposure. It wants her to live with the wreckage, to see her ambition choke her. I draft a new plan. Leak the truth to Elliot's lenders, let them hunt him. Send Clara proof of his betrayal, let her drown in it. The net's tight, but I'll cut it slow, let them bleed. I check the forums again. Elliot's show's officially dead. The gallery's funding slashed. Clara's name's a whisper, but it's spreading. Her career's ash, her pride dust. I lean back, the void aglow, and think about tomorrow. One more push, one more mirror to hold up. They'll see each other's lies, see their own, and I'll watch, the architect of their ruin, untouched. The rain stopped, the house silent, but the void's loud, singing of justice, cold and cruel, waiting for the final note. Clara's a ghost now, moving through the house like she's lost. She doesn't speak unless I ask, her answer's short, her eyes avoiding mine. The gallery fired her yesterday. A quiet exit with no severance, no explanation. She told me over breakfast, her voice flat, like she was reading a script. It's done, she said. Stirring coffee she didn't drink. I nodded, said I was sorry. But the void was laughing, its rhythm a drumbeat only I could hear. She doesn't know I'm the storm that broke her. Elliot's gone silent. No posts, no sightings, his studio empty when I drove by last night. Victor's last call confirmed it. He's running, his debts called in, lenders circling like wolves. My envelope did its work. The forged receipts, the sketches, the whispers I fed him. He thinks Clara betrayed him, sold him out to save herself. The void's pleased, but it's not done. The unusual betrayal's sharp now. Clara's ambition wasn't love, wasn't even loyalty to Elliot. It was a game, her playing both sides, me the fool, him the pawn. The void wants her to see it, to choke on it. I act tonight. I print the bank records Victor found, the ones showing Clara's fees from Elliot's sales, funneled through a shell account. I add a note, typed, no signature. He knew. He used you too. I slip it into her purse while she's in the shower, her humming faint, broken. She'll find it tomorrow when she's alone, when the weight's heaviest. The void hums, approving, but it's restless. The donor email's still there, a guillotine I haven't dropped. I don't need it now. This is crueler, quieter. I send one last email to Elliot, from the fake lender. Clara's talking to the board. She's pinning it all on you. Run while you can. I attach the same bank records, tweaked to look like her confession. He'll read it, panic, lash out, or disappear. Either way, he's done. The void's a furnace, burning away the last of my hesitation. I think about Clara's tears, Elliot's rage, how they'll turn inward, how they'll rot. The net's not just tight. It's a noose, and they've pulled it themselves. Clara's different tonight, clingy, like she senses the end. She sits close on the couch, her hand on mine, her ring still missing. I messed up, she says, her voice small. I trusted the wrong person. I squeeze her hand, say we'll get through it, but my eyes are on the purse across the room, the note waiting like a snake. She leans into me, her breath warm, and for a second, I see her. The woman I married, the one who laughed at my bad jokes, who dreamed with me. The void snarls, and she's gone, replaced by the liar who broke us. I don't sleep. I sit in the study, the laptop off, the house dark. The void's mapping the aftermath. Clara finding the note, Elliot's collapse. Their names erased from the world they chased. I think about the unusual cruelty of it. No shouts, no blows, just truth, twisted to cut deeper than any blade. They betrayed each other, but I made them see it, made them feel it. The void's quiet now, almost sated, waiting for the final crack. Morning comes, and Clara's slow, her movements heavy. She grabs her purse, heads out. Jobless now, maybe meeting a lawyer, maybe Elliot. I don't follow. I clean the kitchen, water the plants, play the husband one last time. The void's patient, knowing she'll find the note soon, knowing he's already broken. I sit at the table, the house silent, and wait. The net's done its work, the threads snapped, the trap sprung. They're caught, not by me, but by themselves, and the void's ready for the end, cold and final. A justice only I'll understand. Clara finds the note at noon. I'm in the study when her scream cuts through the house. Raw, like something's torn inside her. I don't rush to her. I walk slowly, my steps deliberate, the void a silent partner. She's in the living room, the paper crumpled in her fist, her face white, her eyes wild. He lied, she says, not to me but to the air. He used me. I sit across from her, my voice calm. Who? I ask, though I know. She doesn't answer, just stares at the note, her breath hitching. The bank records did their work. She thinks Elliot knew about her scheme, thinks he played her, just as my email told him she played him. The void's aglow now, warm as a hearth, watching her unravel. She doesn't suspect me. Not yet, maybe never. I'm the steady husband, the one who held her through the storm. Talk to me. I say soft, and she does, words spilling like blood. How Elliot promised her fame, how she moved money to help him, how it all crashed. She doesn't mention love, doesn't mention me. I'm not part of her story anymore. Elliot's gone by now, I'm sure. My last email pushed him over, lenders don't forgive, and he's got nowhere to run. I checked the forums later. His name's a curse, his art unsellable, his studio seized. A rumor says he left town, maybe the country. I don't care. The void doesn't need him anymore. Clara's the prize, her pride the final trophy. She's jobless, friendless. Her name poison in the art world. The gallery's folding, Margaret Holt's wrath burning through anyone tied to the scandal. Clara's not just fallen. She's erased. She tries to call Elliot, but his number's dead. She throws her phone, sobs, and I hold her, my arms a cage she doesn't see. It's okay, I say, but the void's laughing, it's justice complete. The unusual betrayal was her ambition. Her belief she could control us both, me with lies, him with promises. The revenge was crueler than I planned. I didn't expose them. I made them expose themselves, made them see their own rot. The note, the emails, the sketches, they weren't attacks. They were mirrors showing them what they'd become. Days pass, and Clara's quieter, a shell moving through routines. She applies for jobs, gets no replies. Her resume's tainted, her confidence dust. I cook, clean, play my part, but the void's restless, watching her shrink. One night, she finds her ring in a drawer, slips it on, and smiles at me, weak, like she's trying to rebuild. I smile back, but it's empty. The void doesn't forgive, and neither do I. She betrayed me, yes, but worse. She betrayed herself, and I made her live with it. I delete the truth folder tonight, wipe the burner accounts, erase every trace. The void doesn't need them anymore. The net's gone, its threads dissolved, leaving only ashes. Clara's still here, but she's not my wife, not really. She's a stranger, breathing the ruin I crafted, her dreams choked by her own hands. I think about Paris, the trip I'd planned, and laugh quiet so she doesn't hear. The void's silent now, sated, its work done. I sit in the study, the house dark, and look at our wedding photo on the shelf. We're smiling, young, clueless. I don't feel anger, don't feel love, just nothing, clean and cold. The void's taught me that justice isn't loud, isn't messy. It's a whisper, a shadow, a truth you can't unsee. Clara's living hers, Elliot's gone to his, and I'm here untouched, the architect of their end. The rain starts again, soft against the windows, and I close my eyes, the void a faint hum, fading but never gone, a reminder that I won. Not by breaking them, but by letting them break themselves and watching, always watching as they burned.